Early today, I was in a therapy session for therapists. Right, it was like big dog therapist came to talk to all the little dog therapists. You feel me? So we was having this therapy session. It was all men. It was a woman conducting the session. It was all men in the session. And we talked about self-worth, and we talked about the myths of manhood. And one of the myths of manhood was that your self-worth is directly tied to your ability to provide. You know what I'm saying? Your financial stability. And a lot of men don't see self-worth in themselves if that's not intact. A lot of men don't feel respected by women if that's not intact and all of these things. And it was interesting to me because it was just like, it almost reminded me of having conversations with teenagers where you tell them to get out the street, but you don't give them the alternative of what else to do to get out the street. So they know already that they shouldn't be doing what they're doing, and you just telling them, hey, stop. And they like, and do what? Nigga, like, so even though it's all grown men around this table saying that like we shouldn't attach our self-worth to our ability to provide, we also don't know what to attach it to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an empty conversation. And it made me think about how I do with my mentees. When I first meet them, I have them draw a picture and draw out the characteristics of the man that they want to be. And I hold them accountable to that for as long as I'm with them. It's like, you said you wanted to be this. You said you wanted to be this type of guy. Is what you're doing right now in alignment with who you said that you want to be? Fuck what I think is right and wrong. Fuck what I think that you should or shouldn't be doing. This is what you said that you want for your life. So it made me think about what I want for my life and what type of man I want to be. We had the episode about the type of women we want versus the type of women we approach. Yeah. So now we're going to have an episode about the type of men we want to be versus the type of men that we actually are right now, and what's the gap in between the two.
If you lazy, you waking up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that,
Popping bottles,
you're setting the tone for everybody because you're the leader.
popping pills,
That's just what comes with being a man.
popping bitch ass niggas.
I don't want nobody making decisions over my life except me. Not a woman, not a judge, not an officer, not no motherfucking body.
When them bullets hit them up, look like son had a seizure. Run up, give it up, you know the procedure. I be sipping Jack and honey.
I don't think nothing can make me feel like a man. I don't think nothing can make me not feel like a man.
Chains on my collar.
You can't take the benefits of being a man without the responsibilities.
Give you niggas halos on God in the king.
Hey man, welcome back to Roses I Did. I'm still Terry Roseland.
Still Jones.
We got guests today.
We got guests.
Up at 2. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So tell them a little bit about yourself, bro.
I go by Up at 2. I'm a recording artist. Been doing music for a couple years. You know, finally like found a little situation where to just get stuff going. And I got EP dropping next week. It's called Common Decency. Some real smooth. It's like more of an R&B type of vibe. You know, something for the ladies to rock out to. Something for the, you know, more of like a gentleman type of thing. Some cool lounge around music, chill, nothing too crazy. Just like, you know, something just to set the mood right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I caught on to you. You had a joint called Players Club. That might have been 3 years ago.
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
Yeah. I was fucking with that. That one was 14 minutes.
The song?
No, the album. I was playing the shit out that motherfucker though. And then you dropped the song called Why, and that shit was like #1 on my Apple Music. Like,
appreciate it.
That almost 2 years. It was top 5 2 years in a row, but it was #1 the first year. So I'm like he got some shit. So I like the perspective you approach music from. Is it when it comes to relationships? It's not like it's like a real. It sounds like you're talking about a real relationship and not just like a love song. You know how love songs don't be like what's actually happening right now.
Be real,
like,
fantasized.
Yeah, and it kind of be about the same. You got like 4 love songs out there. It's like, you know, you trying to cheat on your girl, you know, you trying to get your girl back. It's not like a lot of variation. His shit is like very like nuanced and shit. So I fuck with that.
Appreciate it.
So but how's y'all week, man?
It was good. It's good. Pretty smooth. Cold. You know, a lot of snow, but you know, we getting through it.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Mine was pretty cool. Monday and Tuesday, I was lazy as fuck, and I didn't give a fuck. Well, not necessarily Monday. Well, yeah, Monday too. And Monday and Tuesday, I was just down. I was just sad. I'm like, fuck this shit.
You was sad?
I was, huh?
Oh, because of the situation.
Yeah.
Job situation.
It's a job shit, yeah.
You ain't talk about that on here yet.
I haven't. So update on that. And I shouldn't have been, but in that moment I was. So situation was the position I was going for called solution engineer, and I was going for a role where it was a little bit more senior. That wasn't like an entry level role. They have entry level roles for solution engineers, but it was like the one I was after. They handled medium to small business. You know what I'm saying? And those clients and employers usually have like maybe 500 to thousands of employees. And so interviews, she was like, man, everybody loves you. Like, you was great. We love the energy. We love the personality. Like, we need that. Like, there's a lot of, like, in tech, it's not a lot of personality in tech. Like, that shit low-key be boring. It's like, the people can be boring or whatever. So she's like, we definitely love it about you, and you articulated yourself well, etc. But for this role, you do need more experience. But she's like, also, so she's like, I can't put you in this role because I low-key, this is what she was saying, I low-key set you up to fail. Like, with no experience, and I put you in this role where you got to handle like these type of things, it probably wouldn't work out. She said, but I do have another role to where it's still a solution engineer, but they handle smaller accounts. She's like, I think you should start there, and then you can come up to the medium to large. She's like, but right now we don't have a small account opening. She's like, but as soon as we do, you first in line or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool, but I wouldn't try. Like, I heard that, that settled like Wednesday. I'm like, oh, okay, it ain't completely over. But in the moment, I'm like, damn, I was just working hard as hell. But I allowed myself to feel how I was feeling for them 2 days or whatever, you know. And then, I ain't gonna lie, Tuesday, I think I'll tell you, I woke up at like 9:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That didn't feel good. Like, I felt unproductive as hell. I felt like a bum. And I'm like, yeah, nah. So I wrote out the rest of my schedule for the week, and I went back to 5 a.m.
For sure.
But yeah, so pointing, like, if you feeling bad, like, you know, because we men, we're like, you got to constantly be in productive mode, you know what I'm saying? Keep it going. Man, feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't tell you how long you should take. You know, because I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what things mean to you. But for me, those 2 days was enough. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm back to my normal self.
For sure.
Can I piggyback off that?
For sure,
like,
go ahead.
as far as like you having your 2 days,
Yeah.
do you feel like there is like a time frame? Like, all right, like you said, like even you talking earlier as us being men and want to be productive, is there like all right, do you feel like, all right, I can only sit in this moment for X, Y, and Z? Even some people might not even be ready to leave it, but it's like, I
agree.
gotta keep going.
I think so. I think as men, you do have a certain time frame. You know what I'm saying? We don't get that luxury of not handling business because of how we feel. Right. I get it. We human, feel it. And I hate to put a time frame on somebody else's, you know, hardship, but it is what it is. Like, nigga, after a week, nigga, get back to it.
Sure.
But it depends. If it could be grief. Somebody could have died, and it's grief that got you down or whatever. I never felt that type of grief. I never lost somebody that was super, super, super close to me. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how that person may feel. They might be down for months. Right. And I'm thinking on the outside looking in, oh, nigga, you lazy. Woo, woo, woo. And folks lost his mom. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I do still feel like it is a certain time frame for a lot of shit. Like, you just can't be moping around in your shit for too long.
And with that's just like, it kind of just like get insight as like the daily struggle of just like, cause you, like you said, I can be dealing with something, but it's like, I just know I still got to get through the day.
Facts.
And it's just like, nobody knows. You got to put on this mask and just like, kind of, you know, just get through it.
Yeah. And I got a super safe space, like with my family, and like it's been, they know how I quote unquote grieve. You know what I'm saying? I don't need like that first day, I didn't need a bunch of reassurance talk and all of that. I just needed to sit down and feel how I feel. And my people knew that. They didn't even try. You know what I'm saying? Second day, they like how you feeling? You cool? Ooh, like, don't worry about it. Ooh. Like, I got a dope space for that. But what I'm used to being productive. I'm used to, like, we talk about the type of men we are on this podcast all the time. Right. And like, we live that outside of this podcast. So I was just feeling, after that second day, I'm like, yeah, this shit hurt. Yeah, my feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I worked hard. I feel like I put everything to it, whatever. But that wasn't enough for me to just, you know what I'm saying, take my foot off the gas and just be, you know, lax for the next week or two. Right. Or whatever. It was like, all right, nigga, feel how you feel. It's time to get back to it. I still got goals to hit. I still got responsibilities.
Do you think that that's 100% just on manhood, or is that on capitalism as well?
Both.
Because I think capitalism forces us to be on the time clock as well, because we gotta have money, we gotta bills due every month. You know what I'm saying? Like the way finances in the world is set up, is in America is set up, is like you gotta earn.
Yeah.
And it's a literal time clock when you earn it. Like you get 2 months behind on some shit, that shit hitting your credit. Like your life can like go off track
Derail.
from you grieving some shit and trying to chill all the way out. I think that's unfortunate. So I think like capitalism and manhood put together. You think about a lot of mental health issues that could come from that as well. Mental health is substantially worse here than like even in a lot of third world countries. And it might be because of how we diagnose shit and how we, you know, the things that we choose to acknowledge versus another country might not acknowledge depression as an actual thing or some shit like that. But all in all, mental health issues are like way more prevalent here. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I remember that 50 Cent clip where he kind of got some backlash off of that. He was like, he said something along the lines of like, nigga, I didn't have time to be depressed. I can't be depressed. Like it's not real or something. He said something along those lines, but because nigga, I got bills, I got this, I got that. Like I can't sit around and I'm sad. I'm gonna be homeless.
Yeah, and it's a such thing as high functioning depression as well. You know what I'm saying? To where you still doing the shit you got to do, and you still can't find happiness in nothing, can't find joy in nothing. Like that's the thing. High functioning depression is the thing, and the men experience it a lot. Men experience a lot where you like feel completely devoid and out of emotion and just not valued. And then I was just in the therapy meeting earlier. The guy was saying that when he was making the most money he ever made, he felt the most like a man he ever felt because he could do so much for so mmany people and take care of so many people. He had a mild stroke. You know what I'm saying? Like from working so much, being on the road. He had 2 trucks. Truck driver being on the road so much, nigga had a mild stroke. Yeah. But it's like the fucked up part about it is like he was still trying to go to work the next day. His face, like he like, I must just be tired. That man shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He say his mother-in-law told him like, nah, you gotta go to the hospital. But it's like also leading up to that, the people you providing for, they so bought into the character that you created as a man that they don't even see like that you need to sit the fuck down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's a hard pill to swallow too, is that you devoid of emotion, you fucked up, you not where you need to be mentally and emotionally, and the people that you doing everything for don't even peep the shit. Like they're not even looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because remember we talked about the setting up the dynamic as you the strong friend? Oh yeah. It's like nobody expects the strong friend to ever need anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you know what to do when you need some shit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It be kind of hard to ask sometimes. I feel like I got that person that's like, it's like, damn, it'd be hard for me to ask for help. Like, it's really like, if I'm like, for me to ask for help, it's just got to be like, I got to get to the point where it feel like damn near impossible.
For sure.
I feel like, and you got solid people around you, and they know that when you ask, they coming through. For sure. Oh, you ask, you must really need this shit. For sure. So
yeah, absolutely, man. For me, my week was decent. I discovered Temu. Never been on Temu.
You heard that? You heard of that before?
Never been on there.
That's a streaming service?
Nah, it's like a little. So you buy shit on there.
Oh, I seen it. It's like, yeah.
It's like this little spinning thing, and I hit it, and it gave me like 4 free items, whatever the price. And I couldn't think of shit.
Bro, I done seen crazy shit on
I bought some rugs and some notebooks.
I seen them sell a motorcycle.
I got hella shit. This nigga pick rugs and notebooks.
They was like, you could get 4 free things no matter what the price is. And I drew a fucking blank, bro. Like, it was so weird. I had 30 minutes. I came up with rugs and notebooks.
Nigga got some face towels.
Talking about some face towels.
It was crazy. I couldn't think of shit I needed. And that was like a weird thing for me. It's like, damn, you can think of everything you want, but then somebody say, oh, you can have whatever you want. You sitting there drawing a blank like, damn, what do I need? Like,
for free.
For free, yeah. It was crazy. So that was my highlight of the week. That happened earlier today. My low light of the week, what happened that was whack as fuck this week? My son got the flu. Carter. Fucking Carter, bro. Bro, my oldest son, Carter. I got 2 sons, Carter and Kaysen. Kaysen got the flu. E3, he got the flu. Carter, he decided that he liked a girl at school. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw the whole story. But he basically decided he likes this girl at school, and he was asking me how to be. He told me he wanted to make her his Valentine. So we was in the grocery store to get him some snacks to make a snack cabinet at home, and he said, "I want to get her some flowers," and I'm like, why would you do that if you don't know if she a Valentine or not? Like, you got to kind of see if she like you first. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he like, he disagreed. He ready to trick off. So we asked a couple of people in the store and shit. I took him around the store. We just was stopping random people, asking them like, what do you think he should do? And it helped them be a little bit more social and shit. And that was really like just practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? So of course they all told him to trick off and shit. So I'm like, nah. He like, well, if I get the flowers, she gonna like me. I'm like, oh, this nigga finna be one of those. Damn. He finna be. You was born a trick, and I don't know where you got it from. I'm like, well, I'm trying to remember. Was I born a trick? Did I have to work my way out of trickery? So
I feel like everybody do.
Everybody born a trick.
Boys,
Rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All women get put on the pedestal in our eyes when we be shorties.
I'm trying to take him out of that shit. So anyway, I told him like, nah, nigga, you know if the girl like you or not, and you know she don't, cause y'all been in school since fucking August, 35 hours a week. If she liked you, you would fucking know by now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you try to these roses is not gonna change. However the fuck is the girl feel about you? Whatever. So we had that conversation. He told me about a time where he genuinely felt like he was liked by somebody. And that was a good conversation. I'm like, okay, you know what that feels like. So it's kind of like follow the signs, you know what I'm saying? Read the room, right? Yeah. So that was that. The nigga come back lying the next morning. He come back and get all the fucking snacks out the snack cabinet talking about, he talking about he finna take it all to school and eat it. I'm like, nah. Put that shit back. You trying to, like, I don't know, you trying to feed the whole class, what you trying to do? Put that shit back. Like, you can take a little bit for you and share with one other person. He come back like, oh no, I was trying to start a snack business, line and shit. I'm like, cool, nigga, all right, well now you finna start a snack business for real. So I get all the snacks, price all the shit out, cool. I send him to school with the snacks. It was $9.50 worth of snacks. Nigga come back with $1.36 talking about he traded $8 worth of candy for a bag of Doritos. Damn. A 75-cent bag. Real finesse.
Oh man!
Right? I really think he just gave all the candy away.
He absolutely gave it away.
I think he did. So I'm not gonna say what happened from that point. I'm just gonna get him together, and then I'll show y'all the end result when he understand money and profit and shit like that.
The funny part to me was you told him, you did the math. You like, hey, you got $9 worth of snacks. Either you come back in this house with $9 or all the snacks. Bro came back with $1.50 and a bag of
Doritos.
And it was just like, he knew that was his ass, but he just like, he liked the girl so much, he was like, I don't give a fuck what's going to happen when I get home. Take all this candy.
With kids,
he didn't even eat the fucking Doritos. They still upstairs.
That's insane.
You think with kids, like for him to tell you that, you think like on the way home, he like, what I'm finna tell him? And was this good enough? Yeah. Was this a good enough excuse?
Probably, G. He probably thought that shit out, but yeah, nah. He tripping. He tripping, man. But so today, man, y'all know what the topic is today, man. We talking about the niggas that we want to be in comparison to the niggas that we are today and how it looked like standing in that gap. And you know what I'm saying, reaching those plateaus that we need to reach. We're gonna do some Patreon shit later in the Patreon. We're gonna be talking about the lady who kids died in the car. Yeah. And the father who didn't come get the kids. We're gonna talk about that. That happened in Detroit, right? Yeah. So two kids died in the car, hypothermia. They mom was homeless. They froze in the car. She said she reached out to the father. The father say she did reach out, but she just said, come get your kids, then tell them why. Yeah. I guess he felt like he didn't have to. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that shit. We're gonna talk about Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime performance, and we're gonna talk about everybody calling Jones homophobic on TikTok. That's fucking crazy. All right, so we're gonna get to that later, man. Jumping into this topic, let's talk about first defining like the men that we actually want to be if we reach our full level of self-actualization. What does that man look like for you?
I just feel like maybe just be able to help everybody I need to help. Like you said, I just feel like a responsibility of like I need to be able to like pretty much provide for like all my loved ones and friends and everything. And it's just like I feel like that's what a lot of men though. Like that's just something that's just in us to just want to be able to know like it feel good. Like for some reason, it's just like it feels good to see somebody like excited for you, be able to come through or make things happen for them and everything. So it's like. That's just why I want to see myself as success. It's just be like, and just like with that success, be able to just spread the wealth to everybody. Just take care of everything.
Gotcha. What you doing?
I noticed something.
What?
Like your answer, it went straight to like I want to be able to provide.
Right.
Like because that's what's just in us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the only reason when he said the question, the only reason I thought of something different is because we've been talking about this, not like prior to, but just what our podcast is about. Mm-hmm. Like finances is definitely in my shit. But when he said like, what does that person look like? I ain't gonna lie, I instantly thought like, I'm super in shape. I'm organized.
Oh, okay. So I answered wrong. My bad.
No.
You answered wrong.
You answered
Ain't no
based
wrong
off of what you heard.
It's just based on where you are right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And where you are right now and where you want to be. And sometimes where you want to be is based off where you are, like mentally. You know what I'm saying? So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just a lot of us are kind of indoctrinated with how to look at manhood and what it means to be a man. So like that program that you have of like a man's supposed to provide that we all have or that we all had at some point, that shit come from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And you talked about before, that shit come from, even if it's a nigga in your house that's not providing, even if it's not a nigga in your house at all, that nigga who pull up on the block with the bread and you see the respect that he get just because he got money. You know what I'm saying? And like the nigga who could buy ice cream for all the kids on the block, like you just aspire to be the nigga you respect. You know what I'm saying? The principal get more respect than the janitor in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So that we get that program from somewhere, but I think a lot of men they fall into, you could fall into mental health issues and depression if you can't provide, and you could fall into a unhealthy amount of stress trying to provide. And like if you are successfully providing, but you trading your time for money and it's just causing you to just overwork and mentally exhaust yourself to be able to take care of all these people, that also can put you in a bad place. So I do think tying our self-worth directly to that or making that directly who we want to be, in my opinion, it could be dangerous. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like what else can I see myself outside of that though? You know what I'm saying? To where like, even if that was off the table, I still feel good about myself. You know what I'm saying?
It's so, and
that shit hard.
Nigga, I'm like, and I'm not there. I still attach a large part of my self-worth externally because this the thing, how I feel about me matters to me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's important to me. Like I'm good, but when I have to live in the world, I have to, it's not just me. What other people think do matter, especially when I'm trying to interact with these people, especially when could be responsible for these people, or you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to build with somebody, whatever the case may be. How I feel about me don't necessarily matter if I want you in my life and I can't afford to, have you in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I feel good about me. Like, nigga, okay.
Or your kids.
Or my kids.
Like I always say my biggest fear is like my child telling me he wants something and I gotta tell him he can't have it. Not because he didn't earn it.
Yeah.
But because I just can't afford it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. Luckily for me, it's been plenty of times where, like, let's just say Trey wanted something and I couldn't get it, but he also didn't deserve it at the time, so I was good. Like you in trouble. I gotta buy it. But every time he's been doing super good, and whatever he want, he getting. You know what I'm saying? I make it happen some kind of way. Especially he deserves it, so I have to come through. I'm not gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? So, but to finish answering the question, my peak version of myself, I'm super in shape, I'm super competent, I'm organized, I'm disciplined, like I'm I'm emotionally intelligent, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely earn a good ass living. Like I see myself, the complete version of me is a Swiss Army knife. Like I got a little bit of everything. I'm a complete man. It's not heavily on, I just got finances, but I'm disrespectful to women. I just got finances, but I'm socially awkward. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm socially elite, but I'm fucking poor. You know what I'm saying? Like I want the complete version of me has all of that. And it don't have to be, everything don't have to be 100%. But I want to be, well-rounded.
You'd be at all 80s at least.
That'd be cool.
Some balance.
Yeah.
80s all across the board.
All across the board.
For sure. So which area do you feel like has the biggest gap between where you want it to be and where it is right now? Like what area do you think you lacking in the most or got the longest journey to walk in?
I had to answer until you said the longest journey because I feel like I'm close. And it's my career.
Okay.
Like the income that I want to make. You know what I'm saying? And even before the whole solution engineer career, like I was a trainer. A trainer, not a every time I say trainer, people, oh, you a physical trainer? Like, no.
I mean, nigga, all we know you do is work out.
Right. That's why I get it. But no, I was a onboarding trainer. So like when people get hired, I would train them to do their job and stuff like that. And that paid over the average income. You know what I'm saying? Niggas would be like, that's probably some niggas' goals. Like, man, I'm at that. You know what I'm saying? So, what was the question? Wait, where was I going with that?
What's the biggest? Like,
Oh yeah. Where was I going with that? So, it's the financial aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I've been building towards that for I think we've been, since we was able to work, as young men able to work, the goal has always been to get money. You know what I'm saying? So you could say I've been working towards it since 16, but throughout that path, I've been working on the other things that I can handle now. Like I've been working on the emotional intelligence. I am in shape. You know what I'm saying? I am disciplined. I am responsible. But all of those aspects of, I call them the pieces to the puzzle. All of those aspects, I gathered those up until this point throughout the way. So for me, like right now, my final piece is that financial aspect because I am well rounded in all those other areas.
For sure. What about you, bro? What you think? Like, what's your biggest? If you think about all the things that you want to be, I mean, you only said finance. I'm pretty sure some other things.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are some of those other things, and what do you feel like is the biggest, the longest journey for you to walk? Like, which aspect of life?
I'll say like consistency, and it's like as far as like when I say that, it's like I have a tendency. I feel like I'm getting better with it. But it's like obstacles kind of throw me off. I get back on track, but those little obstacles might throw me off a little bit longer. That's why I asked the question earlier as far as like how much downtime, because those things are like throw me off for a little bit, and it's like all right. Even like last year, I would say like even musically, I feel like last year was like my most inconsistent year.
Okay,
and I kind of learned from that pretty much, and I just wanted to like that's why I'm coming in the year the way I'm coming in the year.
What's an example of something that'll throw you off though?
Bro, this like pursuing music, this shit get costly. Like it's real expensive. Yeah. Like it's real expensive, and it's just like okay, I had to decide like do I want to trade my time for money, but that time is time I could be doing to pursuing this. Yeah. So it's just like all right, I gotta find other ways to make passive income, pretty much, because it's like just to give myself. Because I look at like the goal. To me, my goal is not to like some people, like people working 9 to 5 or whatnot. A lot of time you spend a lot of time there, and it's just like. Because you need the money, for sure. We all need the money and whatnot, but it's like you kind of like letting time go back on what you really want to do. So for me, it's like finding that balance pretty much of like, all right. And I feel like growing up, I was like embedded into me, work. Yeah. And then it's just like, when you find out like, I don't got to give y'all 40 hours to make that type of money. When it's like, it's other ways to make money. You got investments, all type of things. It's just like, so... With me, it's just about like just staying consistent. And like I said last year, I kind of like shook that mode, and I was kind of like stuck. Like, oh, what I do? I ain't never been here. I'm used to like I know Friday. This was gonna be here Friday. How I'm gonna do that? Woo woo. And it's just like I kind of learned that throughout the whole 2024. Just how to just like all right. And I looked up one day. I'm like, it don't matter where the money coming from. It's coming in. Right. So like that's just something with me. It's just like just staying consistent and just like just hurdling those obstacles and just not letting them slow me down no more.
For sure.
One thing I learned about, cause I used to own a clothing store, and I was an entrepreneur in a lot of different ways. And one of the things I noticed about myself was, I ain't gonna lie, at my jobs I gave that more effort than I did my business. And why? It was because I wasn't obligated. There was no consequences for real. Like, I wasn't going to risk my guaranteed check by showing up late. Like, as an entrepreneur, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? It's not fire yourself. You're not going to fire yourself. And even worse, the consequences don't come right away. For sure. It's delayed, like delayed gratification is delayed consequences. And since you're not getting reprimanded in up front, your bad habits compound, and you sleep in, you skip this, you skip that, and 6 months from now, you in a hole because of all the shit you was doing 6 months prior. But versus at a job, you're not gonna last 6 months doing the wrong things. Exactly. You out there a month damn near.
Man, when we took the mentees last weekend to see Hector, the personal trainer, celebrity trainer, in Chicago. And he talks to them about a lot about character and less about like what they want to be and like who they want to be and how that relates and impacts what they want to do. And he just brought up all these examples of famous people and athletes who was like, Tiger Woods didn't get bad at golf. He got bad at handling women in his personal life, and that made him bad at golf. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or same thing with Antonio Brown. Same thing with, it's so many athletes you could name that was great, and it was like the off the field shit came on the field. They never did nothing wrong on the field. You know what I'm saying? And it made me think about, you know, he gave one of our homies do real estate, and he gave the example of like, you know, if he do one bad deal and fuck his reputation up, he done. And in my mind, I was thinking back on the character example, it was just like that the motivation to do that bad deal in real estate will come from some shit that's going on in his personal life. Like you might be tricking off with too many different girls or doing this or doing that, and you spent too much bread or you go in debt, you swiping your card too much. Now you have the motivation of like, damn, I need an extra $4,000. Let me just add that on there and kind of finesse them to overprice so I could pay for this, and now you just fucked up your whole career as a real estate agent. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, as an entrepreneur, it's the same thing even when I was doing the entrepreneurship thing, it's like, well, I still am, but when we had our printer, we was printing shirts, and we was selling shirts and all of that. You could wake up late today and still make a lot of money. Yeah. You could give 100% today and make no money. You give 100% tomorrow and make no money. You could give 100% the third day and make up for the whole month. Entrepreneurship is just crazy like that. But that one day that you wake up late, the most fucked up thing that can happen the day that you wake up late is that nothing goes wrong. Because if nothing goes wrong, you probably gonna wake up late again the next day.
Yeah, right. A habit of it.
And then now, 2 weeks from now, you wondering like how all this shit went off track. You know what I'm saying? And why are you waking up late? Because you fucking off. You doing some shit you're not supposed to be doing in your personal life, and now it's fucking your business up. You know what I'm saying? So I think it go back into the conversation we having, because it's just like, what type of man do you want to be? And I think everything else falls in line. For me, a big part of what I want, one of the things I want is peace. And like, I think that's my longest walk, is like finding peace, because I don't know how to like stop, or I don't know how to like have a set finish line. I don't know what that looks like. Like every time we start to reach a goal, I automatically start to think about like what's next. Like I'll move the goalpost back. You know what I'm saying? Not even when we reach it, like when we get close to it. Like let's say like, and we don't even have like metric goals for Instagram and TikTok and shit like that no more. But it's still numbers. We look at the numbers and we be like, we're gonna be happy when we get 100K on TikTok, for example. But that's not really the goal no more like it used to be. But let's say that was the goal. When we get to 97, I'm not going to give a fuck about the 100 no more. I'm going to want the 150. And we ain't even hit the 100 yet. But once I feel like, oh, that's a formality, like that's going to happen, I'm automatically on 150, and there's no peace in that. Like you never get to the point where you just feel like we good. It's always like your mind just going. And it's a level of like residual anxiety that you feel all the time. And, that's how you get like complex trauma, is from like constant exposure to like stress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I seen what the lady say? She was like, it's hard to be proud of yourself when you keep raising the bar. Some shit like that.
Facts. Yeah.
Like, and I think in like as men, that's just in us. And this whole conversation, you know what I'm saying, kind of separating finances and our ability to provide with who we are as men, that's gonna take a long time to unlearn, because we not only did we hear that growing up, but we're still hearing it. Even if we have the right knowledge and tools, and we consciously know that, oh yeah, my worth isn't attached to my ability to provide, but subconsciously it's like, nigga, you need some money. Yeah. Subconsciously it's like, yeah, okay, see if she love you without the money. See if she, you know what I'm saying, see how long she stick around with no job. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So even though we know, like, nah, I'm a detach from that. Ooh. It's so deep rooted. That's why I felt bad on the second day of my sadness. Like, nah, I got to get back to it. Right. Like it was instinct. Like I was still feeling the way, but that voice on the inside of me is like, so, like, get back to it, nigga. You gotta get to it.
I don't know. I think that I lost my train of thought.
Some of the things, like, okay, so before I got to this place now, because I like I tell you, my last piece of the puzzle was like finance or whatever. So I'll just backtrack. Before it was women. Like, not when I say handling women the right way or dealing with women the right way, I'm not talking about like me just treating women nice. I'm talking about how I'm dealing with women, how many women, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking too much and, you know, dating too much and a rotation and all of that. That was a large part in my earlier years, probably why I didn't hit certain goals. Not ain't no problem. That's exactly why. Because it was too many options. And I was exercising those options. Because the options are here now, but I'm not exercising them.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that changed was I got one of my pieces to the puzzle, discipline. I added that. And me adding discipline brought me another piece to where now I'm handling women better. So it could be a domino effect on the keys that you're missing. You get this piece, and now you just acquired 3 more just because you got this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The women shit is difficult too, because that was a big one for me, man. I was saying a few weeks ago that, like, if I keep saying I want to get married, but I'm fucking women I don't see a future with, I'm lying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm lying, right? I had an ex who used to always say she wants to lose weight. And it was because, like, she was born, she just had, I ain't gonna say born with, that's crazy. But she had a naturally nice body, like, without working out. Like, she didn't have to do shit, she just had a nice ass body. She was turning about 27, 28.
That's when it happens.
That shit was just like not going that way no more. She still looked good, but it wasn't just like popping like it was.
Yeah.
And she like was blue about the shit. She's like, I really gotta start going to the fucking gym. This is crazy. Like, she like somebody did something wrong to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she kept, every time I saw her though, she was eating like a big ass bag of chips, talking about she want to lose weight. And I was just like, no the fuck you don't. You lying.
Yeah.
So it's so easy. It was so easy for me to call that out in somebody else's behavior, but looking at my own behavior, it's just like, okay, what else am I lying to myself about? Because I look at it like, you don't want nothing that you're not moving towards. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you want some shit you're not moving towards it. Like, if you saying that, like, you want to be in a relationship, you want to be married, you still going on dates with people who, it's a chick still going on dates with niggas just because they hungry, just because nigga want to pay, they don't see no future nigga. It's a nigga still fucking chicks that they, you know, stringing along, whatever the case may be. It's like, you don't want that. You just hoping that this happens to you.
Yeah.
You don't really want it though. You know what I'm saying?
A good analogy with that, and you can just substitute this pain for whatever it is that you say you want in your life. If you go to sleep, right, and you go, like, sometimes I go to sleep in my head, it'll lay on my arm.
Right.
So while I'm asleep, I'm comfortable. I'm asleep. And after a while, I'll wake up out of my sleep and move my arm because it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get to a point where no matter how comfortable you are, no matter how good the sleep is, you're going to get up and change positions because this is painful. So, like, in our lives, let's just say you tired of your living situation, right? But you're not really tired of it for real. Like, maybe 3 days a week, that shit piss you off. And so you be working hard for them 3 days or whatever. Then you kind of, like, the other 4 days is like, it's comfortable. It's tolerable. You know what I'm saying? You can sleep through it. You can live through it. You can work through it. Like, you're not going to really change until it's super painful. Like, that's the only way you're going to change. That's the only way humans work. If it's tolerable, you're going to keep going through it. Unless you get to the point where, fuck this, you make a change. It's just like, you know, even with women, like, what they'll deal with a nigga, do all the bullshit and all of this, cheating or whatever. But once it hurts enough, all of a sudden it just click and now you gone. That's because you wasn't as tired before. And that's with us with everything. Replace that with your ex. She probably not going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what, I'm finna get on this gym routine until she's probably 50 pounds overweight. Right now, what the women be saying? I ain't finna work out. I pull niggas with this body every day until you can't. Until the quality of the niggas that's chasing you drop. Because niggas gonna always shoot. It's always a thirsty nigga. Right. But like 26-year-old you not pulling the 35-year-old you. Like it shifts. Yeah. And once it gets that painful, that's when you will see a woman do a cold fitness transformation and she get her body right because she got to a point where it was painful every day.
Yeah. That's why it's hard for me to work out consistently. I've been doing it lately, but I ain't even gonna give it to myself because I've done this before, and I would completely drop off because I have no motivation to be in a gym like that.
That's because girls like your teeth. You be smiling and shit, and you like, I'm cool. I'm pulling bitches.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I think if I had like if I wasn't having success in that department, it'd be like, let me get the fucking gym.
But it's weird because I was having. It's so funny. I made a joke one time. I seen an old picture of me, and it was nothing like how I look now, and I was getting women back then, and I was like, y'all fuck anything. Like, why was y'all talking to me like this? But so it wasn't that. Like that was just, I ain't gonna lie, it was an insecurity. Like I attached how I looked with my self-worth. You know what I'm saying? So that was enough to where it's like, I looked in the mirror and I looked like a fucking toothpick. I'm like, no, nigga. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy how words will stick. I was working, and I'm gonna show this to my sister. I was working for a company, a healthcare company, and the manager, it was a bigger dude, and he was like, I was young, I probably was like early 20s. He said, you ain't a grown man if you ain't 200 pounds. Yeah. And that shit, that was 10 plus years ago. Yeah. And I'm like, and I went home, I'm like, damn, I'm small as shit. I'm a grown ass man and I'm 130 pounds. I'm like, hell no, I gotta get big. Woo-woo. And that was so painful till I just changed that shit. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Niggas still be saying that, and I still feel like I will be 90% of y'all niggas to fuck up.
What I heard something like, what, you ain't gonna, if you, it was something like, yeah, you ain't better get a grown man up off you or something like that. Like if you ain't 200 pounds, what you gonna do is somebody get on top of you, you ain't gonna better get them off you. Or something like that. Or lift 200 pounds or something like that.
That's like Bradley. That nigga, damn, what's that nigga name? I know his last name Bradley, but it's this white boy. He's probably like 6'3", 250 pounds, swole as hell. And he like it'd be boxers on his show, it'd be UFC fighters on his show, and he'd be like, "You think you could beat me? Like you think like in a street fight?" And Nate Diaz, you know Nate Diaz? Yeah. Nate Diaz was like, nigga, yes. Like, I will fuck you up. Like, what are you talking about? He
That's
like,
all to do with the beard.
Yeah, he like, but I'm fucking 6'3", I'm 250. Like, nigga, so I'm fucking you up, bro.
Fuck you up.
I know. One of my funniest fights in high school was with an offensive lineman, nigga on the football team. Bro, the nigga, we was painting the car together. It was an auto body. We was painting the car together. And he was sitting on a bucket. And I used to play with it, like we was cool, so we would play around a lot.
I instantly saw him kicking the bucket.
No, I ain't kicked the bucket. I think we was talking shit back and forth to each other, and I kind of like bumped the nigga out, and he fell off the bucket, and some girls started laughing. So I'm like, he tripping off the girls. So he started saying some crazy shit back to me, and I'm still thinking we playing because we be playing all the time, but he's serious though. So I say some crazy shit back to him, and nigga grabbed me up, bro. He put me against the wall, bro, like. And it was in between a booth, like the paint booth and a concrete wall. So it's like not a lot of, it's just enough space for us to stand face to face in that bitch. Like it's narrow as fuck. It's just enough space for us to stand face to face. So he put me against the wall. He put his forearm across my throat. And I'm like in the air. Like like hanging off my feet. And I'm like, bro, when you put me down, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. like I'm telling him, like, bro, when you drop me, I'm beating the fuck out of you, G. And he just was holding on, like, and my homie was trying to break it up, like, no, don't stop this nigga. And, like, we had this teacher that was like 80, G. He was small as hell. He had Parkinson's or something. He used to be shaking and shit. So now it's kind of like he trying to break it up. So everybody, y'all need to stop playing. Y'all gonna knock this nigga over or something. G. Y'all tweaking. That nigga dropped me, G. I fucked this nigga up. I probably hit him like 2 or 3 times though. But I remember that when my girlfriend mom came to pick me up because I got suspended. It was weird that she was coming pick me up with my own parents. I don't even remember why that happened. But my girlfriend mom came to get me. And she was like, damn, like, she was like tweaking out. And I didn't realize why she was tweaking out. I'm thinking she just, like, I'm just in trouble for fighting. And she just expected more of me or some shit. But she kept tweaking out, like, and then she like, she's finna cry and shit. I'm like, you cool? She was like, you just got so much blood on you. Like, what happened? I'm like, this ain't my blood. What is you talking about? I didn't know it was blood on me. I'm like, G. But yeah, size don't matter, G, like, at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like, it was crazy. But I think for me too, bro, another big journey I gotta walk is spirituality. Like, that's something that I'm just not, like, in tune with, to be honest. Like, I'm just not in tune at all. And, you know, like I always talk about how, like, I used to be, I feel like, I'm not gonna say I'm not in tune because I feel the energy. You feel me? I feel like the energy. I don't know. Niggas wanna call it the Holy Ghost or some shit. I don't know. But I feel the energy. But I just don't just know what path to walk when it comes to that. I always admire my grandma like conviction and like how much she believed in God. I just feel like it'd be dope to believe in anything that much. Like she was like super. She wasn't scared to die. She wasn't scared of no bill collectors. Like she ain't give a fuck. She ain't give a fuck about nothing. Like she was
God
just
got
cool.
me.
Like on everything, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? And like at times I thought it was foolish, and maybe it was, like especially financially. But I still admired the shit. Like she just felt that way. Like that. It just gave her a different level of confidence. It just wasn't like some shit I never seen before. And I always wanted that. I always feel like it's important to believe in something bigger than yourself. And I think that's probably one of my other things that I got a long way to go in. Because that's when it comes to the man, I want to be peace, spiritual, faithful, reliable. I want to always create. You know what I'm saying? I want to always create. And I feel like a lot of my self-worth is based in that. And, you know, we talk about like how to get your self-worth away from the finances. And I think that those things are always going to be valuable. Being able to create, being reliable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no bread. Think about it now. Like, it's a chick right now with a nigga that's at her crib not paying no bills, but nigga, somebody at work or somebody in the street say something to her crazy, that nigga pulling up. She love that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, something go wrong in the crib. He taking care of, you know, fixing little shit. He keeping the kids in order. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga damn that might feel like a housewife sometimes, but I'm just talking shit. I'm joking. But it's a lot of value in us outside of, like, providing shit. And I think those are some of the main things that I want. And I think my biggest gap, even when it comes to being tested with women, though, because I did go from kind of, like, being a wild-ass nigga to slowing down and dating one chick at a time to now, you know, not right now, but in recent years, like I said, like, I'm not on no wild shit. I'm not lying to nobody. I don't got a crazy roster, no shit like that. I'm being honest with everybody, but I was still dealing with women who I just knew, like, this not gonna be my wife, but I'm still dealing with you. Even if you know, and I know that we not gonna be in a relationship, it's still like, why am I putting so much energy here? And how do I create space for the woman I want if you in the gap, if you in the space? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
you said, what was this? When did you say this? I think you said it on your story. And this was probably a day. I don't know when this was, but that shit stuck out. And I'm like, you know what? That's some solid advice. Because, like, between the two of us, like, Terry, he be needing the sex fast. I don't be out here like that. This nigga be like, he go so crazy. He like, I need fast. I'm talking shit, but not. He'll do the sex fast. I've done one before, but I just don't need to do that because I be chilling.
I feel that.
But no, he said he was stating the benefits of the sex fast, and one of the things stood out to me. He was like, one of the benefits of a sex fast is when you're dealing with a woman and you take sex off the table. Now she has to really show up and show how she's gonna be valuable in this situation. Like, so if y'all not, because you could be doing all the right things, the dates, the flowers, the, you know what I'm saying, thoughtful gifts, etc. And then she give you some pussy and she can feel like, you know what I'm saying, that, like, nigga, I just gave you some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you good. We even. We even. You just did all this. So if you...
And nigga would be cool with that.
And a nigga be cool with it.
Yeah, nigga be cool with that.
I was really sitting back like, man, because everybody know, especially on TikTok, I'm a romantic nigga. I'll do the sweet shit, the thoughtful shit, all of that. So I'm like, you know what? When I start back dating again, I'm going to take that approach. Like, I don't want to have sex no time soon. And I'm going to still show up how I be showing up. I'm going to do all the sweet shit, the thoughtful shit. I'm going to do me. And I'm just going to pay attention to how it's reciprocated. Because I don't want no pussy.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to see what you replace that with. Yeah. And you'll really be able to see, like, what woman is for you and what woman really, they don't have nothing to offer.
Offer for you.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit was fire. I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. And I think the other thing I want to say, because I think it's a little bit more important, is the reason for a sex fast, is it show you who you really like. Like, when you got a roster and you stop fucking everybody on a roster, and it's who do you still want to hang out with knowing you're not going to fuck them? Yeah. Like, because the girl you hang out with the most might be because you fucking her the best. Like, if she fucking, she got the best head or whatever. Like, it's another girl who you like and you connect with more, but the sex born or she born or whatever. Stop fucking everybody and see who stand out. It's gonna be so obvious who you should talk to.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be ridiculously obvious who, like, damn. Not on no fucking shit. I really just like being around shorty. I really just like going to her crib and taking a nap in the middle of the day, or just talking to her on the phone or whatever the case may be. Shorty, the other chick, I can't stand this bitch now that we not fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even no reason to be around for real. Like,
I think, go ahead.
taking sex off the table, big. Go ahead.
I think every guy experienced, like the girl who got the cold sex or the head or whatever. It's been so many times where like, man, I want that tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck, I don't feel like dealing with her. I don't want to
with
talk
it,
to her.
yeah.
I don't want to lay up after it. I just want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not it.
I'm so delusional that I be feeling like I'm cool with her personality until I hit, or until she get that, I be like, damn. I don't want to deal with this shit.
See, me, I never really had patience like that for real. Like,
You're not going at all.
nah, like it just be like, I ain't gonna say I just be like was a crazy roster, but it just be like, I knew off rip, like, I know what I want from her. Get in and get out.
Right.
And it was just like, realistically, like, I'm just now really in tune with somebody for real. And
That's
like
what's up.
seeing it a different way. Like my whole entire life, it was just like, cause I always had like, I felt like I was a little bit different. I was like certain things, well, like just for like other guys, it just was like, all right, that's cool, but I just want to go do this and this. Like I never was to do it with all the you know how you got your guys who just got all they women stories and whatnot.
Yeah.
I just was like, sound cool, but shit, I'm finna go do this and this.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I really was just like,
A player?
yeah, for real. I don't think I never, because I just was interested in different shit. Just like always trying to do some different shit. Like, and it was just like, shit, that's what kind of kept me. And then it's like now, since I'm like really kind of locked in with somebody, it's just like showing me like, damn, I be tweaking like shit. Like, damn, that's making you mad. That's like the fact that I'm just like learning now, like, damn, I really got to be accountable, not for just my feelings, but like the stuff that I'm saying to this one person and how it's making them feel and all this. So it's like, I'm really like learning in real time.
It's your first relationship, basically, what you're saying.
Pretty much.
How old are you?
30.
It's a culture shock for you.
Yeah.
Because like you never, not that you didn't have to, like you just wasn't dealing with, you didn't care to deal with nobody's feelings. You didn't care what was being said. It didn't matter. And you was locked in on your purpose. So it's like you super tunnel vision.
Yeah.
But now that this new woman come along, it's like, oh shit, I can't yell at her. Like I can't. Like, this make you feel like you said.
But I'm over here be looking. I be like, she's like,
You mad about that?
Yeah, like that's making you mad. Yeah, you don't understand how you talking to me. I'm like, all right, and I'm like really learning in real time. Like as I go, like, all right, you know, I appreciate her for being real patient.
I was gonna say, I swear to God, I was gonna say, shout out to her for her patience.
Yeah.
Like it looked like it was gonna end a few times, but like shit, like you know, just working with me.
Together.
You got to hit it with it. I just miss my grandma, man.
No bullshit.
What time we at, Rip? So I wanted to throw something else in there before we get out of here, before we go to Patreon. I was thinking earlier when we was talking about like how do you ever be proud of yourself if you keep moving the goalposts?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like doing like more purpose filled shit be like the solution to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The podcast goals specifically, whether it be the numbers, whether it be money, whether it be career shit, because even the salary you want to get to right now, right? That shit only gonna be fulfilling until you get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then your lifestyle catch up with it. And now it's like there's another goal now. Like it's never, success is not only fleeting, you can't just get it and keep it in a certain spot.
Yeah.
Because now you're not successful no more, you stagnant, no matter how high you are. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga could be sitting at $800,000 and we looking at this nigga in Forbes every year.
Mm-hmm.
$800 million. I'm sorry. You're looking at him Forbes every year. It's like, this nigga not a billionaire yet? What the fuck is he doing? This nigga Dr. Dre been 800 millionaire since fucking the 90s. What the fuck is he doing? So it's like you stagnant now. And now it's looking at it like, damn, you've been in the same place for 40 years. It don't matter where you are you still successful? You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, when we help kids and shit,
Nigga,
that shit be like gratifying 10 years from now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like way later in life, it's shit that I did for kids when I first started teaching in 2016 that I still look back and feel good about. It ain't no money that I made back then that I feel good about today.
Facts.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So I think like doing shit that's more gratifying, helping people, that's some shit. That, cause somebody, like I said out loud to this girl, I told you I'm cool with everybody I used to date. So I was having conversations with a girl I used to date. And I was like, no, I'm proud. We was talking about the village and shit. I'm like, man, I'm proud of myself. And she was like, nigga, I never heard you say that shit before. You know what I'm saying? She like, the long as you've been on your journey doing this podcast, she was like, you always, like, I always, like, I'm proud of you, y'all did that. You be like, oh, yeah, that shit cool. She's like, this is the first time I ever heard you say that shit. I'm like, gee, it's different.
Yeah. I feel like you saying the income, like once you get to the income, like it's gonna go to the next level, whatever. Mm-hmm. And his point was, once you get the money, it's gonna keep going up or whatever. And that made me think, why that's not gonna happen to me per se, is because all of the stuff, like the money is the last piece. And when I say the last piece, like we already doing fulfilling shit, like the impacting the kids. You know what I'm saying? Our community, the podcast community. I talk to our listeners like damn near every day. Somebody reach out to me, you know what I'm saying, asking my advice. Somebody asked me to pray for them, whatever the case may be.
That's what's up.
That shit feels so good. Mm-hmm. And so one of the benefits of, let's just say if you a guy and you, because we all chasing money, let's be real, or not even, I don't want to say chasing money, but we all after stability and prosperity or whatever the case may be. Is that the right word, prosperity? I don't know. But we all after that. So one of the key things that I did that I am proud of is I didn't wait until, I wasn't waiting. I didn't sit idle until I got the money to be this well-rounded person. It's like, okay, cool. I want to make this type of money. Okay, I don't know how to do that shit just yet. All right, but I'm gonna get in shape. I want to make this type of money. I don't know how to do this shit just yet. All right, I'm gonna go to therapy, get my emotions together. Like, it's a benefit if you work on things, if you just picking up along the way. If you walk in the path and you ignoring all of the other shit and you reach the end, you gonna have to come back to get those things to sustain you for when you get the money. Because if you just walk the path and you ignore everything and you get the money, now you a narcissist. Now you a goofy with money. Now you socially awkward. Now you all these other things. So yes, the money can be a goal, but nigga, pick up shit along the way. Work on the things that you can have control over. So when you finally get the money, nigga, you're the best version of yourself that you could be.
See, to me, that sounds like, you know, when they say like the journey is more important than the destination.
For sure.
The journey gonna teach you. Even like musically, that's how I feel. Like it's certain like moments, like as me elevating or whatnot, other people around, oh, that's fire, woo, but it's like you said, like the finish line never finishes. So it's like, that's cool. Like maybe a year ago I would have thought this was cold, but since it happened, what's after this? And just go back to that.
Check this out. Kendrick Lamar. How many Grammys he get? 5?
He just got 5. Yeah.
He just got 5. If he goes back next year and get 1, he probably gonna feel like, oh fuck, I'm slipping. Like, damn, I got 5 last year. Or like so? Whatever, probably not him, but just that is a good example. Yeah. Like you got it, but it's fleeting, it fluctuates. Yeah. So it's important not to attach your worth.
Well, I think a better example would be he got 5 last year, he got 22 total. Mm-hmm. If he continues to make music consistently for the next 10 years and don't get another one, it's like, are you falling off? Are you still successful? That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's a fall off. Even if you up, it's still looked at like a fall off if you not consistently going upward. You know what I'm saying?
That was funny as hell. You say, nigga, this nigga only make $800 million a year. What the fuck are you doing? Been there for 5 years.
But I feel like even with that, like once you reach like a certain height of success, maybe those perspective change. Like I got 21 Grammys. I want to do something different now.
Hopefully, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like versus like just keep going. And even with money, like some people probably reach like a limit of money, and it's just like, all right, this ain't. I see the world different from somebody who ain't got this type of money. Mm-hmm. So like, this not even like what it means to you. It ain't gonna mean that to me. I got it. Like my worries ain't the same as your worries. So like financially, that ain't, you know. And that's when people kind of venture off to do different things or whatnot. Like
that's when people look for fulfilling work. That's when people. Mm-hmm. The only way you're gonna be fulfilled is when you help people.
Yeah.
Like.
That's very gratifying for sure.
In whatever capacity. That's why I like when people, you hear somebody, you will hear a rich person say, yeah, I'm worth $100 million. I want to give all this shit away. And a broke person, nigga, you crazy shit. Exactly. Because y'all after different things. The levels is different. Yeah. They probably feel the same way if they got to that level.
Absolutely. You got AMP?
Yes. It's so funny. They want me to reenact what I talk about in my stories. It's not gonna be the same because it was just funny, but it's not gonna be the same. I'm gonna try though. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I'm like, what I say? I said, y'all gotta stop caring about what other people think.
Right.
And you probably sitting there thinking, I don't give a fuck what nobody think. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You do. I'm gonna prove it to you. So when you dating, and mainly women, like when you date, and you hear a woman say, I don't care about what nobody think. I'm my own person. But when you dating, you will hide the fact, any sign that you dating somebody, right? Yeah. And the reason for that is because you're potentially saving face just in case it don't work out. You don't want to look like something failed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you technically you care about what people think. And it's such a weird thing to hide. Like you think one day you just gonna pop out married, and the perception is gonna be your dating life has just been so smooth. We never seen her with nobody. And now she happily married. That was so great. And the perception is you didn't take no L's.
Right.
Everybody knows it's rocky in the dating pool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody take it. You shouldn't be embarrassed about that. Yeah. Oh damn, what happened to Shorty you was talking to? Oh, it didn't work out. Next.
Right.
You know, oh, what happened? I thought you was such like. It's so normal. Nobody getting out of this shit without getting embarrassed. Nobody getting out of this shit without getting their heart broken. Right. Nobody getting out of this shit without losing some money. Like, we all know this. So for you to make it seem like you not taking L's or you want to be this like perfectionist or whatever the case may be, why? There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Yeah. I get it. So
that's crazy.
When you out, show that nigga a face. You know what I'm saying? Show that nigga you taking on a date. You on the vacation, put that nigga in the camera. You know what I'm saying? Show her on the date tomorrow.
I feel just like fear of embarrassment.
Yeah, so what? And then let's say y'all don't work out. Then when you just, they ain't hit no more.
Yeah, and it's crazy because a lot of those girls get talked about. Like I know I had one girl in mind who like she done posted every nigga that she done dated the same like since college. Mm-hmm. Like she done posted so many, but it's like time moves so fast on social media that it's just like, damn, how you fucking all these niggas? But it's like, really, that shit was spread out.
Yeah.
But if you post a nigga 3 years ago, in my mind, you still with that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, it's crazy. But and people would talk about it like, you know, like, oh, she always just like you doing the same shit.
You
it's
just
that
don't
know the public don't know about it. So
it's right like, ooh, perfect example, Lori Harvey.
Yeah.
Lori Harvey. What she got? Y'all tripping because y'all know she fucked with 7 niggas.
Yeah.
You on your 20th nigga. Right. And these are 7 elite niggas, by the way.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she just in the public eye. We all doing this shit. We all taking L's, whatever the case may be. Fuck it. I'm going to love you out loud. If it don't work out, I'm going to love the next person out loud.
For sure. My advice for boy moms today is to, whatever your kid tell you that they want to do, pour into it, even if it's their wildest dream. And what I mean by that is like, if you ask your son who's 12 years old what he wants to be when he grow up, and he say he want to go to the NBA, and he don't even know how to play basketball, you should still support that. And the reason why is because, for one, the confidence is the most transferable skill that there is. You know what I'm saying? So having that supporting him the way that he needs to be supported, and giving him that confidence, instilling that in him is super important. The other thing is, whatever they're chasing, success kind of has the same keys across the board. So consistency, hard work, ambition, believing in yourself, intentionality. If you're instilling those things through whatever that they say they want to be. So they say they want to play basketball. So okay, you might not feel like he's gonna go to the NBA. Don't say no shit like, oh, you need a backup plan. What else you gonna do if you don't make it to the NBA? Because that's all like projecting self-doubt in your kid. So you go with the shit. Okay, you want to go to the NBA? I'm gonna put you through everything it takes to make it to the NBA. And along the way, we're gonna learn how to be consistent. Along the way, we're gonna learn how to be intentional. Along the way, we're gonna learn that you need every skill even before you need it. Yeah. You can't wait to work on your left hand until you need to work on the shit right now. So then when he goes, let's say the NBA don't work out and he pivots to something else, you can pull back on all of those experiences y'all got together. Like, remember when we had to work on the left hand? That's the same way, you know what I'm saying, in tech, you got to learn how to use this coding app, even though they ain't asking for it yet. You know, you could pivot all of those skills. The other thing is this. When kids come and they tell me they want to be a rapper, they tell me they want to go to the NFL, they tell me they want to play basketball, I always heard in schools, even as a teacher, oh, that's a 1 in a million dream. And that's a lie. It's not a 1 in a million dream, because it ain't a million niggas in the world that's going to work hard for nothing. So that's number one. So if you cut down to as many niggas that's going to really work for it, you might be at 500,000. Out of them niggas who really going to work for it, how many people are going to sacrifice.
Yeah.
When I say sacrifice, I mean how many people are going to have the delayed gratification and say, I'm not going to go outside. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to make the mistakes other people make. I'm not going to go to the PWI and fuck the white girl that accused me of some shit and get kicked out of school. Like, a lot of niggas get eliminated just off that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all of the other things like grades and all these other things. So there is no one. I don't believe it's a such thing as a 1 in a million chance at becoming what you want to become, because it ain't a million niggas that's gonna work towards nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you doing everything you supposed to do to get where you want to go, you gonna put yourself in a small group regardless. You know what I'm saying? And the lessons you gonna learn along the way is gonna be invaluable, and it's gonna make you able to pivot and do other things and be great at other things anyway, because you know what the keys to success are, because you just went through that journey. And like bro just said, like, you know, what's more, I read this on whatever app, what's more important, the destination or what is it? What's more important? The journey of the destination. And I read like it's the company. You know what I'm saying? The company is what's most important. Even more important than the journey is who you're doing it with. You know what I'm saying? Because you reach that destination alone, what do that really mean? You reach all the way, you get all the way to the mountaintop and all your family and everything, you know what I'm saying? You got to go back down to get everything you care about. You know what I'm saying? That you left behind. So, and in this case, when you talk about having a son, like, you are the company along that journey. So, you know what I'm saying? Just be there as much as you can. Don't project no fear or self-doubt on your kid, you know? But that's my advice for boy moms. You got anything else before we close them out?
Where they can find you at?
Find me on Instagram, up at 2, UP_AT, the number 2. And again, I got a project coming out next week called Common Decency. It's going to be fire. So I've been working on this for probably about almost 2 years now. It's only about 5 tracks, but it's like these 5 tracks really mean something to me. And it's just like, sonically, it's just like a sonic roller coaster again of just good vibes and good energy. Kind of felt like, especially coming from Chicago, that's just something musically that's like hasn't been present in a while. It's just been like a bunch of like, I don't want to like say like a bunch of, but the music is still good, but it's just like this. I feel like we got a reputation for a certain type of music, and I just feel like, you know, the soulful stuff and everything is like, I feel like it's like a turnaround in the music scene right now, and I just want to like showcase that. Like, in Chicago, there are other genres of music that, well, a lot of great artists that make different genres of music coming out of Chicago, and I kind of just want to like showcase that and just like, if I can, be like a beacon for that, just to show people.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, man. You know what we always say, man. We 2 niggas, in this case 3 niggas, walking the path of improvement. 4 niggas, Real here too. Shout out to Real. You on here last week, nigga. But walking the path of improvement, man, and we appreciate y'all for walking that journey with us. Whatever you want in life, make sure you keep your foot on the gas, man. Decide, plan, sacrifice.
Shoot.
All right, we out.